Dev Mountain is an industry-leading coding bootcamp teaching web development, iOS development, and UX design. Dev Mountain provides free housing for all of their full-time students. If you're looking to get into the tech industry, this is a great first step. Access www.devmountain.com or click the link in the video description for more info.
Hey, what's up? I got a question from someone, a comment on one of my videos. I did this book review, and he asked about if I have any videos on dealing with losses. He said that he lost his fiancée about 5 months ago, that everything was going really great in his life until that happened. And then, he's just lost all motivation. He's basically just wants to sleep all day, doesn't have any motivation to do anything. And he's read a lot of books on grief, and it's all kind of bullshit saying the same thing. So, what's my opinion on that? I've got two videos that come to mind. One of them is don't count anything as a loss. You can check out that video in the description, also in the cards. So one of the key things I think in dealing with loss and when bad things happen to you is first of all to be okay with, to know that is life. That is going to happen, that there's going to be pain, there's going to be loss in life. If you have the realistic expectation that everything that you have in life is on loan to you, that it will at some point probably be taken from you, then you're going to not have the expectation that you're going to have things forever, right? That's what I talked about in that video, about holding on to things loosely, that everything good, it's great and you can enjoy it, but it's temporary, right? Everything is temporary in life, right? There's nothing that is not temporary. I have this other video about you're always going to be alone, right? I point to this video a lot because this is the mindset to understand. Ultimately, you're the one who's going to have to face your life and your difficulties on your own, and no one can be in your body and your mind and your heart and facing those things for you. Along with that mindset comes the mindset of realizing that if that's the truth, I think one of the things that people do is that they tend to say, okay, well then I'm not going to feel anything. I'm going to become numb, and I'm going to become immune from harm by being numb. And I went through kind of a phase in my life where I chose that strategy, and that wasn't a good strategy. It worked in the sense that I didn't feel pain, like nothing could affect me, but I also didn't feel love. I also didn't enjoy life. I was just kind of getting through life and becoming what I would call a zombie, being numb to the world. And that's not a way to experience life. It's kind of a coward's way to deal with pain and to deal with loss in life. I like to say this, feel the pain, keep walking, right? And that's the key. I think that's really the key to overcoming a major loss and grief. You know that bad things are coming, right? It's gonna happen. But you know that things are temporary. You're grateful for the things that are in your life when they're there, but you know that you could lose them at any time. And when you do, you're already prepared that when you experience those losses, when you experience that pain, that you're going to move forward and you're going to keep walking through it. Life is supposed to be pain, that life is supposed to be loss, and that there's growth that comes from this, right? And when you realize that and you have that expectation, you're not as devastated. I'm not going to say that you're not going to be devastated by a loss, especially a severe loss, but you already know that everything is temporary and fleeting. And when you have that mindset, then you know that you have to move on and you have to carry on anyway. Regardless of what happens, you're going to still have to move forward. You're still going to have to push forward and keep going, right? You don't give up. You don't just say that it's over. You have to realize, you have to have this understanding that everything is temporary, including the loss, including the feeling of the loss, as long as you keep on moving past it, right? You will have better times in life. You will have better experience in life. But as long as you're stuck in a moment, in an emotion, in a feeling, you're not going to. If I keep on going on with my day, if I keep on doing my workouts, if I keep on working towards my goals, even though I've got this immense pain, right, then I am eventually going to get past that, and it will be temporary. You have to just logically convince yourself of that. And you have to logically convince yourself that if you put your life on pause, if you put your life on hold, if you dwell in this, you're going to be basically creating a new home for yourself mentally, emotionally, where you're going to live in that pain, and you don't want to live there. You need to visit that place because it's important, because that is part of life, but you can't stay there. It's like going on vacation, right? You have to see everything kind of as a challenge. Okay, so this is a new thing that I'm going to face, and when I come out of this, I'm going to be stronger, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to use this to sort of sharpen my blade, right? You see these things, and if you view them as losses, you only see the negative. But if you see them as challenges, if you see them as the things that are going to sharpen you as a person, that are going to give you the depth of experience, the depth of emotion, that is going to make you more than just a shallow person, then you see the benefit of them, right? The value of them, as opposed to just seeing them as bad, just seeing them as losses. When you're in the mind frame that you're probably in right now, it's really hard to hear these things, right? It's easy to say, John, that's easy to say, but you don't understand. You're not feeling what I'm feeling. And all I can say is that we've all been there to some degree, right? We've all experienced these kind of losses. And I think the more that you go through this, and the more that you develop this mindset and cultivate this mindset, the more that you're able to deal with things, right? It's about not having the expectations, right? You should kind of be living your life in a way that you don't have any expectation of things going good. Maybe you have the expectation that that things will eventually go bad. When you're experiencing the loss, when you're experiencing the pain, when you don't have the motivation, right? And I've talked about this quite a few times. These are the moments where you experience the most growth if you can push on, right? These are the opportunities that you have to dig deep and to figure out who you're made of. And every time that you do that, you expand that, you grow that, right? Because you're going to the edge of your comfort zone. You're going to a place where you don't have that motivation, where you don't have that hope. And when you push yourself, even though you don't feel it, right? That's where you gain a larger capacity to do that in the future. And the more that you go through that, and the more that you do that, the less stuff that will phase you, the less expectations that you have in life, the less attachments that you'll have, and the more that you'll be basically invincible in heart, because you know that whatever happens, you can get through it, and you will get through it, and your expectation for people, for life, for everything will become less. And when it becomes less, there'll be less things that will be able to harm you and to cause you this grief in life. Things are going to happen in life. You have to accept them, right? When reality, conflicts with your desires for reality, you're wrong. Reality is what it is, right? All the being upset, all the anger, wishing things were a different way, will not change things. It is what it is. And eventually you'll have to accept it, right? Because it is reality. So the sooner that you can accept things, the faster that you will grow and move on, and the better connected to reality you will be. And the more connected to reality you are, the more you'll be able to shape reality. You cannot change things that you do not accept. You have to accept them first. Hopefully that helps you. And like I said, it's a long road, but you have to push on. You have to get up out of bed. You have to just start living your life. And one day you're going to wake up and you're going to see that the burden is lifted from you, and you're going to find yourself stronger. You're going to find yourself a better person, and you're going to be able to see the value in what's happened to you, even though it may seem tragic now, right? But we have to look at things that way. There's no alternative that's beneficial to us, right? We have to adopt the mindset that is going to be beneficial to us. So, all right, that's all I got for you today. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you next time.